Go on with yourself. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Dylan with Solo Cuts Landscaping. I'm going to be coming at you guys with a video here with some tips and ideas that I have that I'm going to be implementing into my business this spring. Number one, I'm going to be focusing on the neighborhoods that I am currently already in. I'm currently already in 3 different neighborhoods. I'm hoping that by just staying in those neighborhoods, but just trying to pretty much take over those neighborhoods, my route density is going to be so great to where my profits have to grow. I'm not going to be driving around to different neighborhoods, trying to hit properties there, I can take one day, hit all the properties I have in this neighborhood, the next day, next neighborhood, and so forth. That's also going to make me more efficient because I'm going to be hitting more houses in the same neighborhood, which kind of makes like an obvious sense of duh, why aren't you already doing that? But, when you're just taking off, you kind of just always say yes. Well, now that I'm to where I am, I really just want to take over the neighborhoods that I'm already in. Number 2, I really need to make sure that I am setting myself up to when that transition goes is going to be as smooth as I possibly can make it. So my biggest thing that I'm going to be doing this year is eliminating as much debt as I possibly can. Anything that I have financed with my company, I'm going to be paying that off. Mower is the biggest one. That will be a huge expense to where I'm no longer dumping X amount of dollars per month into this mower to pay that payment off. I would now be owning it. So right there, that will save a couple $100s a month that I'm not going to have to be spending out. I can reinvest that into my company. So that's the biggest thing, is just paying off all my debts. The transition period of going from being an employee to then running my business full time, that is going to be a very stressful time, making sure that everything is lined up and finances are in order. So I think with paying off all my debts as soon as I possibly can, that is going to be a huge deal when it comes to making that transition as easy as possible. Number 3 is going to be organization. Over the handful of years that I have been in business, I have learned that organization is a huge deal. Whether it comes to tax time at the end of the year or even just at the end of every month when you're sending your customer bills. Once you get a good amount of customer base, these yards just start kind of falling into each other to where you don't remember Tuesday from Friday or Monday from whenever. But definitely staying organized is a huge deal, because that way, like I said, make sure you're getting paid when you're supposed to be getting paid. There's nothing worse than cutting properties and next thing you know you forget, so you don't bill them because you don't want to charge them for something you didn't do, but come to find out you actually did short yourself a couple mows. So staying organized has a huge impact, not just in the finance end of everything, but scheduling as well. If you have on the schedule that you are supposed to meet with a potential customer on a landscape bid, on a mowing bid, whatever it may be, on Saturday afternoon because that's the only time they're available, and you forgot about writing it down because you were too busy at the particular moment to write it down, Saturday afternoon comes, they're calling, wondering where you're at, and you're at your buddy's house for a baseball game or a football game, and you just missed the potential of making a couple $1,000s on a job. So this year, what I'm going to try to do to be organized is utilize the computer as much as I possibly can. Working on a spreadsheet, working on cloud, storing a bunch of stuff in cloud, emailing myself, taking pictures, anything I can do to make sure that I stay as organized as I possibly can. Number 4 is going to be growing my knowledge. I'm in the landscape industry, so there are numerous things that I need to be learning to make sure that I'm staying on top of my game, so when a customer comes at me asking a question, I have a good response for them and the correct response. Everything from plant recognition, knowing when to prune something, knowing when not to prune something, knowing what plants will work in this type of environment, what's going to be the best grass seed for this type of area. All of that, just keep learning as much as I possibly can. Not just on the agricultural end, but even on the business side when it comes to taxes, 401, insurance, liabilities, anything that has to do with the business, to where it's something that I need to make sure that I fully understand so I don't get caught up in a bind when something goes bad, or if something is brought to me, I have the correct documentation, paperwork, licensing, anything that I need to make sure that I am legal on my end. They always say if you're not continuing to learn, you're actually taking steps backwards. So my goal is to make sure that I am constantly staying on top of my game of making sure I am learning at all aspects of my business. Number 5 is going to be time management. And this is kind of business aside. When I say time management, I'm meaning time management for my family. I have a wife. I have a 9-month-old son. I need to make sure that I'm spending as much time as I possibly can with them. I need to make sure that I am separating work from family time. Yes, my wife is my backbone, and she's my listening ears for when I come home and I have an hour-long rant about what went wrong at my work and what also went wrong while I was mowing or whatever it may be. But at the same time, I need to realize that when I come home, that is when I'm supposed to feel the best. That is when I'm supposed to feel happy. That's when I'm supposed to be stress-free. So I need to make sure that I'm not bringing work into home life. Yes, that is going to be very difficult because you're trying to provide for your family. So it's going to have a huge impact on that. And running a business is going to be very stressful. But there also comes a time to when it's like, okay, I need to sit this stuff down. I need to spend time with my wife and kids. I don't want my son to grow up and never feel like, oh, dad was always too busy working, doing this and doing that, and wasn't ever at a sporting event or wasn't ever at my school event, anything like that. So I feel like balancing work and home life is going to be a huge deal for me this year in 2018. Alright guys, there's my 5 ideas I have for going into this 2018 season of things I really want to hone in on and focus on. I'm expecting big things out of my company this year. I'm hoping you're expecting the same thing out of yours. Guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys are going to be doing progressing into this spring and making sure that your business is where it needs to be going forward. So guys, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one. Neighborhoods, the different neighborhoods that have in this neighborhood, next neighborhood, neighborhoods, or in the same neighborhood, or the neighborhoods